Imagine your head as a teetering houseboat bobbing in an endless ocean. It's cluttered, cramped, squabbling with voices, and below deck, a wild zoo of animal desires pulling the rudder every which way. Campbell Walker invites you aboard this chaotic vessel, daring you to clean, tune, and steer it. But here's the twist: can you actually become the boss of this floating mess, or just sail with whatever scraps and critters you're carrying? Let's dive in. Inside your head, it's far from peace. There's a squad of bosses constantly debating while animals act on impulse. Understanding this chaos is the first step toward clarity. Campbell paints a vivid scene. Your head CEO is logical you, but two other bosses lurk, your inner critic and your nostalgia lover, each battling over what you should do. Picture them as three office managers arguing over one shaky budget. This internal boardroom is noisy, confusing, and exhausting, but it's your brain's daily reality. Beneath the bosses is a zoo of primal chaos. Your emotional lizard brain craves instant rewards. Think of it as a hyperactive monkey grabbing for bananas while the CEOs fuss upstairs. This animal instinct acts fast, often steering you toward distraction or impulsive decisions, keeping the houseboat rocking wildly in the stormy seas. Knowing your bosses and beasts means you're not a helpless passenger. Walker suggests your job is more like a captain setting clear sails and boundaries for each crew member. When you acknowledge this turmoil honestly, you stop fighting yourself, and that tension releases. Suddenly, your houseboat feels more navigable, even manageable. Your mind's full of more than just ideas, it's junk. Opinions, useless worries, old grudges pile up like forgotten gear. Cleaning this mess frees space for what truly matters. Walker tells of a day he felt swamped by mental junk, unsolicited advice from strangers, toxic feedback from social media, and his own looping anxieties. It was like carrying a backpack full of bricks while trying to enjoy a swim. This clutter made it impossible to steer toward peace or productivity. He compares mental decluttering to spring cleaning your actual homeboat. Throw out what's broken, mop the decks of stress, rearrange furniture for flow. This ritual isn't just tidying, it rewires your brain's habits, gradually replacing junk mental pathways with clear, purposeful ones. Most shocking, learning to say no to the noise. Saying no to distracting thoughts, to overcommitment, even to self-doubt is like cutting heavy anchors loose. That action gives your ship wind, momentum to sail toward your goals instead of stalling in a harbor of doubt. Here's the punchline: your brain is a messy, wild houseboat, sure, but it's also uniquely yours to command. Finding direction in that chaos transforms confusion into clarity. Campbell shares a breakthrough moment. He stopped trying to please every boss inside his head and instead asked what he valued most. This was like choosing a destination on the horizon instead of spinning in circles. That clarity became the compass to guide every decision, however small. Mindfulness is described as your captain's spyglass, sharpening focus amid distractions. Instead of fighting choppy waves of emotion, you observe them calmly, noticing without judgment. This simple shift lowers stress and builds resilience, making those wild mental waters navigable instead of terrifying. Finally, embracing the houseboat's inevitable leaks and dents was key. Walker argues that accepting your messy, chaotic mind, rather than resisting it, turns flaws into features. It's the freedom to keep sailing despite imperfection that leads to genuine mental clarity and peace. Remember that noisy, crowded houseboat you first boarded? Now you've met the squabbling bosses, unruly animals, and clutter slowing you down. The real power is in accepting the chaos and choosing what you steer toward. So tonight, try this simple experiment. Pause for 1 minute, observe the mental noise like a curious captain, then pick one small no to say. Your houseboat and mind will thank you. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.